In this video, we are going to learn how to make this happy weekend vibe design in Canva. So let's jump right to Canva and do that now. Alright, welcome everybody. So the first thing we're going to do is to start dragging our elements to our design. Okay, we have the exercise file, provided them for you. So what we can do now, we have the image of the model, cool, which is the most important thing. Okay, just gonna drag it, resize it, then just remove the background. Then for the main background itself, we're going to use one of those my default favorite gradient, yeah, this one, and we're going to come here to modify it. I'm going to use this one, this linear gradient that flows from the top to the bottom. Okay, and we're just going to position our model somewhere here. Okay, we're going to drag every other thing else, drag this one into the design, scale it down, put it somewhere here. This design is going to be real quick, but there are some technical parts that may take some time, which is working with the image in our text. Okay, then we have our drop shadow. Let me just bring it in now. Okay, we might reposition it later on, but just to give you an idea of what happened there. Okay, I just want to show you the hard part soon. Okay, let me duplicate this. So I'm going to select both of them, then reduce the opacity. Okay, and I know the shadows aren't perfect if you look at the leg behind, but from a father standpoint, it seems to be like okay. So that's one thing you should know. Canva hasn't really given that control over making shadow look real, but you can work with these little shadows because they can make a difference. Okay, I'm going to send them to the back. What I can do now is to make a copy, and I'm going to make another one be behind him, just here, and also send it to the back. Okay, so from a farther start point, now you can see that it's making more sense. So what I can do, come to position and select all of them, and just work with it with the opacity. Okay, so it looks subtle there. Okay, now what we can do, we're going to bring in our text. Okay, we're going to put we're going to type T on our keyboard. It's going to bring text. We're going to type happy. Okay, and this one, every text is going to be on its own line. So we're going to look for impact, search for impact, those big thick font. Okay, this one right here, and we're going to make it all caps, and we're going to make it real big. Okay, and let's come to the text spacing, letter spacing, and we're gonna work with that. Okay, and now we're gonna make a copy. I'm alt dragging now to make a copy. I'm gonna type week. While this one, I'm gonna scale it so that it matches with this. I'm gonna bring in my grid now. Shift arrow. Let me click off first. Shift arrow is gonna bring in my grid or guide rather. I'm going to drag so that I can keep the center frame in. Okay, right here I'm going to drag again, and I'm going to put the word week. I'm going to call it end. Okay, like week end. Okay, just so you know, weekend vibe design include like happy weekend, weekend vibe, or thank God it's Friday. They're all the same category. Okay, so you know that they are all weekend vibe flyer design. So this one I'm making it for my own personal brand. Okay, if you're making it for a client or a business, make sure you include something that looks like their design. For example, if I want to make this one to be more specific, I can put image of a laptop or something, just to give that reflection of that's what I'm doing. Okay, I'm going to make color to be white. Okay, and I'm going to send it to the back. Okay, now we have this. Then what we're going to do now is to let's drag it a little bit out. Okay, I want the word week, and also it's too large. Let's make it a little bit above the girl while the guy seems taller. Okay, we're just gonna place it somewhere here. So with them standing, I'm going to make a copy of them or duplicate. Okay, try and make sure that they're still in the same position, and come here. I'm going to use dual tone to make it black, then we use it for the drop shadow. Probably understand this by now. So I'm going to go to filter, look for dual tone. Again, I'm looking at here, this dual tone, this color pop. Come to dual tone, then come to these two colors here, drag this one to black, drag this one to black, and now we can go back right here and click on see all, then use our blur on the whole image to create our shadow. Okay, we're gonna make it around 90 to 100. Okay, between 90 to 100. And now that we have this, we're gonna send it back using our shortcut, which is control left bracket. Okay, and we'll position it to the side a little bit. Okay, we're selecting our main image. Now we can't pick it, so let's come here, and oh my goodness, this can be difficult sometimes. Okay, let's see. Okay, what we can do now is just crop this guy so that we have space here to select the drop shadow. Okay, cool. So what we can do now is to drop the opacity, drop it really tiny, okay, so that it looks as if they are falling on the text. Okay, and now we're going to bring in this text. These texts were generated by AI, the Canva right tool. I'm going to select both of them. I've already done the text spacing and all that. Okay, just so you know, sometimes this text, sometimes it can be small and we add them to design. The main reason is just to add texture to our design. We really don't want people to even see what was written there. Okay, but we end up doing these things because it's crazy. It's just something that designers do, and it can be really nice. And I'm just leading you to that bad behavior that we do have. Okay, I'm sorry, I'm teaching you something bad, but okay, but you understand what I'm saying. It's texture, it's not something like really bad. It's a practice that I think you should also learn to do, texturing. If this should be printed big, okay, it should be visible. Okay, but so you know. Okay, now we have the design here. Now I want to show you something that you can start doing, like using element from your previous design to your new design. Remember the design we made yesterday? So we're going to revisit that design now, and we're going to copy something from it. I'm just making some adjustment here. All right, so this is the design that we made yesterday, and we want to use this design here, this CTA. Okay, this is what we're going to be using. Sometimes you can make a design for a client and you like a CTA, and you can also use it for another designer, for another client. So I'm going to control C, and I'm going to navigate to my design, and I'm going to control V to paste it. Okay, then for this design, it seems to be too big, so what I can do now is to crush it down, just scale it down a bit and zoom all the way in, and just try to position it carefully. I'm trying to align it with this one that is here. Ctrl Z, and let me just select all of them and group it. Okay, so that we don't end up moving things individually. Group. So what you can notice now is that our drop shadow here is too much, so I can select this rectangle, come to the drop shadow, then what I can do is to take the offset and push it back. Okay, the offset seems to be too much here. And now, yesterday's tutorial, I didn't actually do this drop shadow in our actual design, but I later on looked at it and I said, okay, let me add it. So that's one thing you should know, where this drop shadow is coming from. Okay, I'm just going to reduce it a little bit, just it to be there. Okay, subtle. Okay, and the brief also said we should add a brand name, so I'm just going to let's drag this and type my business name, Gravid design. I'm going to select all. I'm going to make it all caps. Okay, and I'm going to make it center align, and I'm going to make the spacing to be like everything. Okay, 800. So I'm going to rotate this one now, and I'm going to position it somewhere here. Okay, let's just drag it. So these are different ways that you can do add your name to your design. Okay, you don't have to. So right here now I can add Gravid design, design. Okay, now we have this. or maybe I can change it. Okay, let me just change it to what was there. Okay, because I'll probably end up posting this as a template on my Canva library, so you can check and just tear the design apart and see how I made them, or probably can use it for clients, okay, or maybe for your personal projects and all that. Okay, so that brings us to the end of the video. I hope you find it helpful. Please do your assignments and submit. And I discovered that this one is not tall enough, or maybe too tall. Okay. I feel like I should move some of these elements upward. Let's see. Maybe I feel like this image is too tall. Okay, let me view. Let me hide my grid. It's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. All right. So that brings us to the end of the video. I hope you find it helpful and submit your assignment, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.